Hi everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel Destiny Moon Tarot, and welcome to yet another pick a card reading. In today's reading, I'm going to be finding out what you can expect the rest of your year to be like. So I'm gonna get as many details as I can about your year ahead, about the rest of the year ahead, any advice that wants to come through, anything that you should pay attention to, and any other detail that wants to come through. So, without any further ado, let me introduce you to today's groups for you to choose from. We have group number one with the Hermit sticker. I got these stickers from Amazon. They're just tarot, cat tarot stickers. So your option is the Hermit, and you have like this gorgeous, fluffy white cat on it. So that's group number one's option. For group number two, we have the World, and we have this mysterious, mystical looking black cat. And group number three, your option is the Justice card with this pink cat right here. And um, she has a little cat companion as well. And yeah, she's got a couple of playing cards around her. So if you chose group number three, then this is going to be your pile. Now you can take as much time as you want to pause this video if you'd like to take some more time to intuitively choose your group for today's reading. You can choose either one group or multiple groups if you are feeling called to do so. And once you have made your decision, you can find the timestamps that correlate to your group's reading in the description box below as well as in the pinned comments. And I will see you all in your reading. Hi, group one. You guys chose the Hermit little sticker. So let's begin with your reading. Let's find out what the rest of the year has in store for you. Now, something that I'm picking up from the card that you chose itself from the Hermit is that the rest of the year could be a time where you become a little bit more of a homebody, where you begin to maybe go inward and like either work on yourself a little bit, or you become a little bit more of a homebody where you would like to spend more time at home. Maybe working on yourself, or like just away from the world a little bit. You want to be a little bit more private at this time of the year, or maybe you just want to like sit at home and just like read a book, or just not be as outgoing as you were up until now. Okay, so either that, or you would like to go more inward and like either work on yourself, or just like figure something out for yourself, and just like all of that could be very internal. Okay, instead of externally putting in hard work towards something, I think all of your energy and your efforts will be directed towards you inwardly. So now this is going to be your advice card, so I'm going to keep this aside and get that at the end of the reading for you. Let's begin with these two cards first. First up, we have a new start is coming, new moon. And then we have the true love card. Ooh. Okay. Okay. Um yeah, and like look at the first line of this card itself. Your wholeness and safety lie within, not from a partner. Yeah, but this sovereignty actually leads to the deepest intimacy for you to stop using others. Okay, so something that I'm picking up for you guys, group number one, is that for the rest of the year, it is possible that you are finding like a new sense of love, and that love is stemming from within you. Okay, so I feel like there is like a new level of self love that you are either discovering, or this is a journey that you're embarking upon. And because of that, maybe before the year ends, a new beginning is going to start for you. A new start is coming for you in terms of love, in terms of romance, because of the work that you do for yourself internally. Okay, so this might mean, for example, you taking yourself out on dates, and you turning all of the love that you have to give outwardly, you're turning all of that love inward. Okay, you're taking yourself out on dates, you are giving yourself princess treatment, and because that is the frequency you are operating on, that might be bringing into your life a true love. It might be bringing into your life people that treat you well, that love you the way that you love yourself. Okay, so now this could be possible because maybe up until now you have been going on dates, and maybe you're realizing that, nothing really is clicking, or maybe you have wanted to go out on dates but you're still feeling like you're not ready to put yourself out there. But whatever the case is, I feel like there is a little bit of you coming home and like turning love inward, and then like watching it manifest externally for you, if that makes sense. Group number one, I definitely feel like there is a new chapter beginning in your life when it comes to love, and that could be you starting like a new chapter in terms of self love, and that bringing in external love to you, that bringing in your true love, or you finally realizing that you are your first love, you are your true lover. Okay, and you are basically just embarking upon that journey on like a new self love journey. Now take it how it resonates, because this is a general reading. Different people are going to resonate to like different scenarios. I'm just telling you everything that I see. Okay, so for some of you I see like a new start when it comes to self love, and for some of you I feel like a new start is coming in terms of an external lover, like your true love finding you and coming into union with you. But irrespective of which route you feel resonated to, I feel like there is a sense of self love that is bringing in this new love, this true love into your life, or it's making you realize who your true love is or what you expect your true love to be like, right? So that is something that I'm seeing here. Let's just get in your tarot cards now. This is the Tarot of the Divine that I'm live shuffling for you guys. Let's see what the rest of the year has in store for you. So we have the Ten of Coins. Okay, beautiful energy to begin with. We have Justice, right? We have the Four of Wands. Oh, wow. Okay. You're getting amazing cards, huh? Up until now, we have Nine of Coins, another beautiful card. And actually, yeah, I don't think I want more cards. I just want four cards for you. Okay. Right. Let's begin with the Ten of Coins. I feel like because there is the Nine of Coins followed by the Ten of Coins for you guys, I just feel like there is some sort of progression, like I said, right? It feels like everything you have wanted in terms of love, in terms of self discovery and self love and self acceptance, is coming to fruition this year, especially with the Justice card. I feel like all of the work that you're putting in, all of the love that you give out, all of the intentions that you put out into the world externally are a reflection of who you are on the inside, right? So I feel like that's what's getting reflected in your external world. I feel like the intentions that you have for love, the love that you put into yourself, the work that you put into yourself, anything that you're putting effort into inwardly is manifesting externally, and it's matching your effort. Okay, so I feel like if you are dating with good intentions, you're finding other people with good intentions coming into your life. If you are you know practicing self love with good intentions, then you're glowing from within. That love is manifesting from within. That love, that self love is manifesting in a way where you seem more um I guess radiant and confident and self accepting. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. And I'm really sorry, my camera battery is flashing. So let me just quickly change my batteries and come back to you guys. Group one, I'm back. And yeah, I need to like change up the setting, don't I? Just a little bit so you can see the cards again. Yeah, I just had to quickly change your change the battery, and that could be a sign as well, because I am such a like signs person. And I was like scrolling on Instagram the other day and saw this thing that said everything is a sign if you're delulu enough. And it made me laugh because yeah, I mean, I guess waiting for signs and like depending on signs is a little bit delulu, but I don't know, I feel like it's fun being a little delulu every now and then. Anyway, but like what I was saying, like that itself could be a sign, right? Like the fact that you there's going to be a period of time where you're going to be changing your battery or recharging your battery, especially with the hermit here. I feel like, yeah, you're going into a bit of a reclusive mode so that you can, like, you know, fill up your own cup, I guess, and then come out into the world again with like renewed energy, with like a little less stress, because you feel like, yeah, your cup is full, your battery is fully charged, right? So yeah, I definitely feel like the inner work that you do, it's not going to waste. It is something that is going to manifest externally, and it is going to show you that you're on the right path. So this message is specifically for those people who, maybe you've been wondering, like, oh my god, I have been doing all of this inner work, but like, what if when I am put in a situation where my true love is in front of me, what if I self sabotage, or what if I fall back into old patterns? But this is just a reminder to you that you are doing the work, and that you are healing, and that you are growing, and you are on the aligned path. So like, you won't mess it up, okay? Whatever is meant to be in your life, your true love, when it's meant to be in your life, you can't mess it up, and you won't mess it up, okay? Group number one, trust that your inner work that you're doing is going to yield the results that it's supposed to. Trust that um, that the intuition that you have been working on is pretty strong, and as long as you're tapped into your intuition, and as long as you feel like you're not being forced into doing something you don't want to, you're not ignoring the red flags, you're just there's a sense of calm you feel when you're taking decisions, then that is just your intuition guiding you, and it's aligning you to the right path for you, okay? There's nothing really here for you to worry about, especially since you have such beautiful cards, right? I mean, we have the Four of Wands here, which indicates marriage, but it also indicates like a strong solid foundation, okay? So this could be before the year ends. Oh, it's all going off in your reading. Group number one, my phone just rang. So yeah, I feel like, if you heard this message, if you heard me saying a marriage could be happening, like a wedding could take place before the year ends, and you're saying that's not possible, maybe it is. Maybe your true love is coming in faster, and much more unexpectedly than you expected, right? But what I'm also picking up from the Four of Wands is that maybe you could be getting like proposed to, or engaged, or even married, or you might be meeting someone who from the get go, you're just gonna know that you're gonna marry this person, okay? Another thing that I came across again on social media, because like people don't really read anymore. I mean, I do, but I don't read self-help books anymore. I used to, but I just feel like um I like reading just smutty books now. And also poetry. Every once in a while, I will read a good, like, poetry book. But I am digressing. Coming back to the Four of Wands, I feel like, yeah, I was watching this. thing where this guy was basically on this podcast, and he was saying that men normally, and like, I know you can't believe everything that you hear on the internet, and I also know that you can't generalize, but what he was basically saying is that most men apparently know from the first date itself what their intentions are towards the connection, towards the person that they're on a date with. They either know that this person is only going to be a friend, or this person is going to be a situationship, or this person I'm never going to talk to again, or this person I am going to marry. Apparently that's something that men know from the first date itself. And apparently for women it takes a little bit longer. Like, we know by the third or the fourth date if we're with the right person. But I don't know, do with that information what you will. I don't know if I fully believe in it, or think that it can be generalized, but to each their own. I just felt like that was something that came to my mind when I saw this card, and I just felt like I should probably tell you, which is why I told you. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, you could be going on a date where maybe you feel like you know that this person is your true love, you know that this person is the person you're going to end up marrying, right? But with the Four of Wands, like I said, it's also a card of safety and security. So this could mean that you're entering a partnership where you feel very safe and secure, or this is a partnership with yourself. This is a level of self love and self trust that you are developing, where you feel safe and secure in who you are. Okay, so maybe trusting your decisions, trusting your actions, trusting that you will be okay, trusting that you will make good choices. That is a safety or a security that is really setting in for you before the year ends, or by the time the year ends. Okay, so I do feel like you working on yourself with the Nine of Coins here, you focusing on your own garden, you tending to your own garden, you just like looking out for yourself and like glowing and growing and focusing on your own goals, is bringing in the abundance that you are requiring. Now, the Ten of Coins indicates abundance in every aspect. Okay, this is like your standard you can have your cake and eat it too card. Okay, so this is the card that represents you having fulfillment in every possible manner. Okay, you have money, you have abundance, you have good health, you have family around you, you have loved ones around you. There's nothing that you don't have. Okay, so yeah, I feel like by the end of the year, because of the work that you're putting into yourself, first by going in so that you can go out. I'm picturing like a catapult or like a bow and arrow. You know how you have to pull the bow back a little bit so that when you release it, it can go far and go fast. That is the energy that I see you in for the rest of the year. I feel like there is some sort of energy where you are being pulled back so you can like go far and go fast. So that could be something that is happening till the end of the year, so that this true love can come into your life either before the year ends, or as soon as the new year begins. Or this is just all happening at the same time, or maybe you're already in this hermit mode and now you're like, okay, what's next? So what's next is you being catapulted into the future, into a new beginning, especially with love. Yeah, let's get your advice card now. And this here we have number two, Evil Queen. You deserve sugar, not salt. Okay, so with number two, what I can see, it is the number of partnership, it is the number of union. Okay, so yeah, I do feel like there is love and there is union and there is partnership, and this could be in one of two ways. Either this is like self love, you being in union with who you truly are and loving yourself. Okay, because here it says you deserve sugar, not salt. So maybe you are your biggest critic, and by the time the year ends, because of all of the inner work that you're doing, because of the love that you're showing yourself, you're going to start believing, or you're going to start rewiring your brain into believing that you deserve good things, that good things deserve to happen to you. You deserve love, you deserve an external love, you deserve to be in a partnership, you deserve princess treatment, you know, you deserve more than just the bare minimum. Okay, whether this is from an external partner or within itself, you know, so you deserve to treat yourself kindly and with goodness and with good intent. And you know, you deserve to say good things to yourself and allow good things to happen to you. And when good things are happening to you, you don't stop and consider like, oh my god, what have I done to get this, or like, is it imposter syndrome? You know, that's not something that you're meant to struggle with. You're meant to allow and receive good things to happen to you when they do happen to you, group number one. Okay, so whether that is you rewiring your brain so that you feel that way about the love that you give yourself, or whether that is that, you know, when an external person comes into your life, a partner comes into your life, you actually believe that this person loves you for who you are, and that you deserve this love, you deserve goodness, you deserve a relationship where where there's no power struggle and there are no mind games, and you know, everything is clear from the get go. Somebody is you know, communicating with you well. You don't have to scrape for answers, you don't have to beg for the bare minimum, you don't have to do that. Okay, so just rewiring your brain, truly believing that you deserve sugar and not salt, is something that is coming out for you as a bit of advice from the universe. And I feel like that could probably accelerate your true love journey, whether that's true love from an internal sense, or whether that is, you know, finding true love in the world and finding partnership in the world. So I feel like the faster you believe that you deserve sugar and not salt, the faster this new start is going to come into your life, which is going to bring in a lot of love, a lot of safety, security, a sense of abundance, a sense of contentment, and a sense of justice into your life, group number one. So I think I'm going to end your reading on that note. Let me know what you thought about this reading. Don't forget to give it a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Claim it in the comments below if you'd like to subscribe to my channel for future videos from me, and I will see you all in my next one. Bye, guys. Hi, group 2. Welcome to your reading. You guys chose the world sticker. So let's get into your reading and let's find out what the rest of the year has in store for you. Now, first up with the card itself, I can see that before the year ends and for the rest of the year, I feel like you're going to be in an energy where you're either celebrating how far you have come, or you are just going to finally start seeing the results for all of the work that you have been putting in so far. Okay, so either you are celebrating how far you have come in terms of a goal, or maybe an intention or a resolution that you had set for the year, or you are finally seeing that goal come to fruition, or you're finally seeing that manifesting into your life, or you're finally seeing the results for the work that you have been putting in. Okay, so that's what I can see with the world. With the world, I'm also picking up on like recognition, you getting recognition, whether this is an internal recognition, whether you're just like, you know, validating your own success, or whether this is other people coming up to you and saying, oh my god, like we see you and we want to celebrate you, and you know, we see how far you've come and you're doing a great job. Okay, so that is also something that I can see with the world card happening for you before the end of this year. Now this card right here is your advice, so I'm gonna get this at the end of your reading. But now let's just get these two cards. So we have don't let your past hold you back with the South Node. And we have True Offering. May I release the fears, illusions, and addictions that keep me from true offering. May I relax into your plan, trusting that the next steps will always be shown. Okay. Okay. So, yeah. So I do feel like there's something from the past that you're letting go of, okay, whether that is some sort of a mindset or a fear or even an addiction, like this card says. And I think you are just, I feel like there is a level of detachment that you are experiencing before the end of the year. You're just working on your goal, of course with the end result in mind, but you're not super attached to that end result, in the sense that you are open to it coming into your life when the timing is right, and you're open to receiving it in the level that it comes into your life. Okay, so like maybe it doesn't come into your life the way you expected it to come, but it's come in somehow, some way, some other way, but you're still accepting it, because at the end of the day what matters to you is that you reach your goal, you get this thing that you're working towards. It doesn't matter when, it doesn't matter how it comes into your life. You are just focused on the work that you need to do at the moment. Okay, you're a bit of a horse with blinders. You're just like, you have this one track mindset at the moment, before the year ends. So I feel like you're also going into like this fearless go getter energy, where you are just, like, you're done procrastinating, you're done, waiting for an opportunity to fall into your lap. You're just going out there and you are just putting yourself out there. Okay, yeah, yeah, it's just like you are doing what needs to be done for all intent and purposes, and you aren't really worried too much about what other people are going to say, what they're going to think, if they're going to laugh at your goals, if they're going to laugh at how late you are to the party. It doesn't matter, I think. Yeah, there's this like fearlessness that, this like light, this like the sun coming out, the dawn of a new beginning, that like is is just removing all of this darkness, this fear from your life. Okay, it's like opening up your heart, it's opening up your energy, it's opening, it feels like it's opening you up. You're just so focused on doing this thing, you're so focused on like letting go of your past and not having your past dictate what your future looks like, that you're just focused on the work that needs to be done. You're just focused on trusting that when you take the first step, the next step is just going to be shown to you. Okay, you don't have to have like a 10-step plan in order. You just need to take the first step and everything else will fall into place, or at least the next step is going to be shown to you. You have that kind of trust. That sort of trust is helping you come out of fear. It's helping you let go of the past. It's letting you, letting go of things that are holding you back, is what I'm seeing here for you, group number 2. And it's giving you the courage that's required, it's giving you the motivation that's required to actually make this change. And I feel like for you guys, because we have the world card here, and because the end of the year, even though this is a timeless reading, while I'm filming it, is not very far away. It's just 4 months away, or 3 months away, even. So yeah, I feel like there's this energy where the minute you take the first step, everything is just going to fall into place, and like you might see the end result quite quickly, maybe faster than you expected, or maybe you just knew that the minute you stop procrastinating, you'll be able to do this. Like, how that happens, like sometimes you just put off doing something, um for like months and weeks and years, and when you finally sit down to do it, it probably takes you like a day or a couple of hours to actually finish it. It's giving me that energy. It's something that you've been putting off for like so long, thinking that it's going to take a very long time to for you to see results. But I think you're going to be able to see results really really fast. I think you're going to see results much faster than you anticipated. And like, yeah, I just had to like approve an entry in my building. So yeah, this it could be like, oh, I just placed an order like 5 minutes ago, and like within 10 minutes my order is here, and we have that here in India, right? Like we have companies that like deliver things to you, like literally anything to you within like 10 or 20 minutes. So yeah, this is the energy that I'm picking up on. This is like a very Blinkit, very Zepto energy that I'm picking up from. So it's like, you started working towards something, or you placed an order for something like 5 minutes ago, and it's now already at your doorstep. So it does feel like the minute you just stop procrastinating, stop letting fear and addictions and illusions holding you back, the minute you stop letting your past hold you back and you finally take that first step, is when you start seeing immediate results. Okay, so that is something that I'm picking up for you guys. Group number 2, let's get your tarot. Let's find out what you can experience, or what the rest of the year has in store for you. So we have the Page of Swords. Yes, that's that quick, fast moving energy. We have the Three of Wands. You're going far, you're going fast. We have the Two of Swords, and we have the Magician. Yeah, bottom deck energy is the Ace of Coins. So yeah, there is something new, there is something novel, there is something creative that you're starting, that you have been planning to do for a really long time, but like, you're finally putting that plan into action and you're seeing that result. Now the Ace of Coins also has this like Jack and the Beanstalk energy. And like, if you remember the story of Jack and the Beanstalk, you will know that he literally like planted the seed and he went to sleep, and the next morning there was this whole stalk that was leading into the sky. Like, that's how fast the plant grew, right? So that's exactly what I'm seeing for you guys in terms of timing. Um so yeah, and the other cards are pretty much reiterating everything that I have been talking about. I feel like you are the magician right now, and that's something that you need to remind yourself of. You have all of the resources that you need. Okay, you are your own fairy godmother. You can turn the mice into horsemen, you can turn the pumpkins into carriage. You can honestly give yourself a makeover and a glow up with a swish of a wand. And you know it's all here. It's all here. You're capable of everything. You have everything that you need and more. You have all the resources, you have all of the power, you have all of the tools. you know it's all there. All you have to do is stop procrastinating, is stop being too in your head. Stop thinking that this is a do or a die kind of a situation. This is because it's not. I mean, if you make a mistake, you can always come back to the drawing board, you can always start again. It's not a big deal. Okay, it really isn't a big deal. Okay, nothing in life is a do or die situation unless there's actual death involved. But this situation doesn't feel like a do or die situation. It just feels like something that you are overthinking, which you really need to stop doing. You need to really lean into your intuition. Let your intuition guide you, let your plan guide you, let logic guide you. Logic and intuition, when they work together, and potential, when they work together, you can create magic. Literally, you can create magic. If you have a plan and you intuitively know that this plan is bulletproof, is foolproof, it is going to work, or that it's a solid plan, or it's a good plan that you believe in, even if other people don't, you believe in it, it's doable, and you can do it on your own, do it. Okay, honestly, do it. This is not a time for you to wonder. This is not a time for you to think. This is not a time for you to second guess or doubt yourself at all. Because this feels like the minute you take the first step, the minute it might feel like an impulsive decision, but honestly sometimes you do have to take impulsive decisions. And in your case, I don't even think the decision is impulsive. I think the action that you might take might seem a little bit impulsive because you're just starting something new, but I feel like you've been thinking about it and planning it for a while now. So this isn't an impulsive decision, at least. Okay, it might be a impulsive action, but it's definitely not an impulsive decision. But the idea is for you to be brave, be bold, and make the first move, and then see how, the universe or a higher power is just going to like create this ladder for you to keep climbing. Okay, the next step is just going to make sense, it's going to be right there. All you have to do is just like, let your fear go and just like climb up the ladder. Okay, you just have to take one step at a time. This is exactly what I've been saying from the beginning of your reading, right? I feel like, yeah, now is the time for you to take action. Now is the time for you to just get up and start receiving things, because what is holding you back is literally just one step. It's not even like a series of things that you have to do, it's literally one step that you have to take. Okay, so for example, if you have been wanting to start a YouTube channel and you have maybe some pre-filmed content, maybe you have the name of the channel, you have all of it ready, but you're just too scared to start posting. This is your message to like let fear go. Don't let fear hold you back. Don't let the opinions of others hold you back. Don't think that you're too old or too it's too late for you to start. No, there is enough space, more than enough space on the internet for everyone to exist, for everyone to have a voice. And it doesn't matter if you're not doing something novel or creative, or it's not something that nobody has ever done before. What matters is that you are doing it in your own style. And the way that you film, the way that you see the world is probably very different from how other people see the world. It is very unique from how someone else sees the world, right? I normally give an example of this like trip that there are these two YouTubers slash Instagrammers, content creators basically, that I follow, and both of them have a very different aesthetic, but they're both best friends, and they went on a best friend trip together. And when they were posting, I'm not kidding you, like if you were following just one of them, you would think that that is what the vacation is like, because even though they were on the same vacation, even though they were together on that vacation, even though they were doing the same things, both of them were posting such different content, because like they were going to the same place, but the pictures that they were taking or what they were posting about that place was so different from each other. Okay, so don't think that just because someone else has posted, say, a Bali vlog, and that there are thousands of Bali vlogs on YouTube, doesn't mean that your perspective and your view of what you saw in Bali is not needed on the internet. Okay, because that's not true, right? What you bring to the table is very unique because it's you, right? So yeah, the idea here is to stop letting logistics sometimes hold you back as well. Sometimes it is logic that holds us back, and like here the advice for you is basically to just take the step. Okay, it doesn't matter if it's been done before, it doesn't matter if it's never been done before. It doesn't matter. You bring something unique and different to the table, and it is valued and it is appreciated, and the people who will enjoy it will find you, because you just have to have trust in the work that you're doing. You just have to have trust in your own voice. You have to trust in you know how you see the world, in your own perspective, in your own potential, in your own tools in your own self even, right? So that is the message that's coming through for you. Lastly, let's bring in your advice. Even though it feels like all of this was an advice, we have expectations. Don't seek anyone's approval. Yes, oh my god, it, like, I couldn't have said it better. This is the perfect card to tie up your reading together. I feel like, yes, if you like start doing things based on what someone else's expectations are, you will rest, like, for the rest of your life you will remain a people pleaser. And do you want that? Do you really want to live a life where you're constantly pleasing people, which is, I mean, a forever job? You can never please people, you can never make everyone happy, honestly. Like, I'll give you an example. I have been like researching about this really nice perfume that I have been interested in. It's a bit expensive, which is why I am, watching a lot of reviews about it, and, like, really doing my research so that I make a good decision. There is this perfume by Burberry. It's called Goddess, and it smells like vanilla. And I love anything that smells like vanilla. It's one of my favorite scents. It's like up there as my favorite scent. And any perfume that I own has hints of vanilla somewhere in it. And this perfume basically has like a very strong note of vanilla, which is why it's on my wish list. But I want to do a little bit of research, because there are two variations of this perfume. So there's Burberry Goddess and there's Burberry Goddess Intense. And I basically am just, like, researching and like finding out which one is better and which one I should get my hands on, because it is a bit expensive. So I want to make sure that I'm making the right choice. So yeah, that is just like a side tangent. Let me know if you have used any one of those perfumes and what you thought about them in the comments. Help me make a decision. But basically, I was watching one of the review videos for that perfume, and this one lady was basically, like, she took a lot of time to explain each of the perfumes. And what she said was basically that the company, right, Burberry, they made the first, like, the OG version. They made Burberry Goddess, and any, like, feedback that consumers and customers gave them about how the perfume can be better, they have basically noted that, and that's how they have made Burberry Intense. And because they paid attention to every single, like, point that was made by the consumers, because they paid so much attention to what the consumers wanted, the end result of that intense perfume is that it's actually quite different from the original perfume, which apparently is now disappointing people. Those same customers whose feedback was taken, it's disappointing them, because they're like, oh, but it's very different from the original one. So you know what I mean? Like, you can never really make people happy, even if you ask them for inputs, even if you ask them for critique, for criticism, for constructive criticism, for feedback. And you can do exactly what they're asking you to do, and you can still not please them, right? And I mean, if a big ass company like Burberry is failing to please people, then I mean, you and I were just human. How are we going to please everybody? How are we going to please the world? It's just not possible, right? So, like, right now, the advice for you is to stop being a people pleaser. Stop seeking everybody else's approval. The only approval that matters is your own. And I mean, if you are a content creator, then yes, you have to follow the YouTube guidelines. But other than that, you don't really need anybody else's approval, okay? And you don't have to live up to anybody else's expectations, okay? It's just you putting in the work, following the set guidelines, following some rules, but at the same time, not letting other people dictate what you do and how you do it, and in what manner you do it. Okay. So yeah, that is the reading that I have for you guys. Group number 2, I hope this reading was helpful. I hope it has given you the motivation that you needed to finally take the first step, because I definitely see success for you before the year ends. So yeah, if you enjoyed this reading, please don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Claim this success, claim this courage, this bravery in the comments below. Subscribe to my channel for more readings from me, and I will see you all in my next one. Bye, guys. Hi, group 3. Welcome to your reading. You guys chose this Justice card right here with this cute pink cat. Um, so, yeah, let's get into your reading. Let's find out what the rest of the year has in store for you. This is your advice card, so I'm gonna put this to the side and get that at the end of the reading for you. Gonna start with these two cards first, but before that, just the fact that you chose the Justice card, I feel like there is some sort of like a rosy, tinty, like, just a happy ending that you're experiencing before the year ends. I was also like humming and singing before I started filming your reading. So yeah, I feel like you're gonna be in a very light, bubbly, airy mood. You're gonna be in a good mood. You're gonna be in like stress-free mood for the rest of the year. And you are going to be a little bit how do I say it, what's the word that I'm looking for here, um relaxed, I guess. Just happy, content. Um yeah yeah, very mindful, very cutesy, very demure. Yeah, that's what I'm picking up on for you guys. Just very carefree, just just happy, just doing your own thing, content, um, carefree, I guess. Yeah, that's the word that keeps coming to my mind right now. So this could be because you're seeing results of something that's making you really happy, or um something really good, like a blessing in your life is coming into your life, something good is happening in your life that's making you feel really happy, and there's something for you to sing about, there's something for you to dance. It's bringing a lot of joy into your life is what I can see. Let's see here. So we have you and your loved ones are safe, and we have truth. Okay. um okay, so the thing that's probably like making you really happy and joyful is because you and your loved ones are safe, you're protected. So if someone has been having like a health scare, or someone has been away and you've been anxious about them, I think you're getting to spend a lot of time with your loved ones, and you're getting to see that you're all safe and protected, and that is taking away a lot of anxiety from your life. You spending time with your loved ones is making you happy, it's making you want to sing and dance and rejoice, and be happy as well, is what I'm seeing here. And I feel like you guys are just happy living your truth. Okay, you're happy living your true authentic self, and like any lies, any deceit, any kind of mind games that someone else is trying to play, any kind of ill intentions that someone else has towards either you or your loved ones is just like slipping away, from it's not even, you're not even internalizing it, you're not even paying attention to it. It's just like it doesn't even matter. Like people can say, people can think, people can do whatever they want to, as long as you and your loved ones are safe, which you are. You're just happy, you're not really bothered about what anyone else is saying or doing, is what I'm picking up on here. I feel like, yeah, you're just living very authentically, and you know that your loved ones love you and support you and are with you. on this journey, so it doesn't really matter what anyone else is saying or thinking or doing, if that makes sense. If someone is spreading rumors about you, I think people that love you are not even paying attention to it. You're just living very authentically, you're living very fearlessly, which is why you feel like nothing can phase you and your loved ones. Okay, and you have your loved ones support and their understanding, so you're just like feeling free to live a very authentic and genuine life where you are doing whatever you want to without any fear, is what I'm seeing here. You're able to be your true self, you're able to speak your truth, you're able to live a very authentic and genuine life. Yeah, and that is because your loved ones around you, they support you, they understand you, and also because you have like quality relationships in your life. It doesn't matter whether this is just one or two people in your life that you consider your loved ones, but as long as those one or two people like really are solid and they have a like you have a good connection with them, and then you also have their support and their love, that's all that matters. Okay, so you're paying more attention to quality over quantity. But this could also mean that whatever, if you are very popular and a lot of people are on your side and a lot of people love you, then that is also something that you are honestly enjoying. And like one or two haters, every time they pop up, you're like not even paying attention to them anymore. Okay, any kind of gossip you hear about yourself, you're like, you know what, you want to believe it, believe whatever you want to. Yeah, if someone said that I'm this way, I'm probably much worse. If they said that I did this to them, and you think that that was bad, it was probably 10 times much worse than what they are telling you. Okay, you think what you want to think about me, it doesn't even matter. That is the attitude I see you living the rest of the year with. Yeah, where you're just like not really caring about someone else's opinion and someone else's what they are saying about you or thinking about you. Okay, let's just get your tarot now. Let's find out. I'm live shuffling the tarot of the divine for you to find out what you can be experiencing or what the rest of your year is going to be like. So let's see what is group number three's rest of the year going to be like. We have the Knight of Cups. Okay. We have the Hermit. Okay. We have the Four of Cups as well as the Seven of Cups. Okay. One thing that's really interesting to me is that you guys chose the Justice card and you got Hermit, and group number one chose the Hermit card and they got Justice in its place. So maybe group number one's reading was also something that you were interested in. So if you have the time and if you want to, maybe go watch group number one's reading as well, because that might have some sort of message for you. But with your reading group number three, I feel like you are one step ahead of group number two, because I felt like group number two's message was that they need to start being a little bit more fearless and not really caring about what other people think or say about them. And I feel like you're already in that energy. So where they are asking to be led is where you already are. Like, yeah, their end result is your starting point, is what I'm picking up on. So you know yeah, that's interesting how the readings have come together. Anyway, the bottom deck energy for you guys is the Ace of Swords, which, yes, again, is a very you're saying what you want to say, you're doing what you want to do in a very effective way, whether someone else agrees with it or not. Sort of message is what this Ace of Sword is showing me. Yeah, it's like you're in this energy where if you have to get something done, you're getting it done. It doesn't matter if other people think that you did it in the right way or whether you could have done it some other way. You're not really focusing too much on that. Not to say that you're doing anything illegal or anything of that sort. I just feel like You know how sometimes you do something, like say for example, someone gets married, right? Suppose they opt for a simple like civil marriage where they're going to like a court and they're just signing the marriage license and then they're married. But like it's like the other people around you who are like, oh, did you do that so you could save money? And oh my god, did you do that because you couldn't afford a wedding? Or like, oh my god, did you do that because you got knocked up and you just wanted to quickly get married? Like you're just not even paying attention to that. You are not explaining your actions to anyone else because you're saying yes. I mean, to a lot of people, marriage is very important and the ritual of the marriage is very important. And some people like, having a big lavish wedding or a big lavish celebration to celebrate their love. But for me, what was important was that me and the person that I'm choosing to spend the rest of my life with potentially were on the same page, and we just wanted to celebrate our love and like, keep it small, keep it simple. It worked for us, so we did it. But you're not even explaining that much to people. If people want to believe that you did that because you got knocked up or because you're trying to save money or whatever, you're just like, fine, let them believe whatever they want to believe. You know what the truth is. You don't have to justify your actions, you don't have to justify your intentions, especially not to your loved ones. You're just like living your best life, honestly, for the rest of the year. I feel like, yeah, you're stepping into an energy where you genuinely do not care to explain yourself to people who do not matter to you. Okay, you're not hiding away from the world. You're no longer thinking, oh my god, it's best that if I'm doing something I am okay with, let me at least hide it from the world. No, that's not the energy that you're in. You're just like, I'm going to do what's right for me. And if the world wants to see it, let them see it. I'm not going to hide it from them. But at the same time, I'm not going to explain myself to others. What I'm doing is not wrong. What I'm doing is not illegal. What I'm doing isn't hurting or harming anyone. So why should I live in fear? Okay. So, say for example, this is you, coming out of the closet finally, or you letting the world know that this is your belief, or you coming out of the broom closet, that itself is a big thing for a lot of people, like letting people know that you're into witchy stuff or spirituality, or you know letting people know that you have like an art account, or but at the same time it feels like you're not announcing it to the world, but at the same time you're no longer hiding it from the world either. You're like, you know what, I'm just out here focused on me doing me, and if someone sees it, good for them, and if they figure out that that's my account, good for them. But I am not going to go around announcing my intentions with this page, or announcing my intentions, or like, explaining myself to people. Okay, so like, I'm not standing up on stage in the spotlight showing myself to the world, but I'm also not hiding away in the shadows anymore. I'm just out here living my life, is the energy that I'm picking up for you guys. Okay. um Before the end of the year, or as the year ends, or for the rest of the year, I feel like um there are people, or at least one person, that is coming into your life that you have maybe um been wanting, or like, you've really been craving for a connection like this, and that connection is coming into your life, is what I can see. I think you being very content with who you are is also helping you reach out to other people from a very safe and secure place. um is what I can see. So like, like in this card, it's giving me like, expansion, right? So like, when you are secure that this is my kingdom and everything in my kingdom is fine, only then when you look to expand your kingdom, right? So I feel like, yeah, your kingdom here being who you are, what you are, like, your interests, your truth. You're very comfortable with your truth, your loved ones are very comfortable with your truth, and you're in a place where you're no longer hiding it, but you're not announcing it either, which is why you are able to approach the world with a lot more confidence, with a lot more safety and security within your own self. Which is why maybe you're in a place where you feel like, okay, rejection won't hurt me that much, or I'm not going to look at rejection as a failure. I'm going to look at it as divine protection or redirection, or I'm just going to start putting myself out in the world, and like-minded people will come towards me when I need them to, or yeah. So it's just a very safe, very secure kind of a feeling that I'm picking up from you guys, which is why maybe you were in such a joyful, happy mood and you were singing, right? What I can also see by the end of the year happening for you is that there are some choices that you're going to have to make. But the advice that's coming through for you is that, first of all, have patience, because it seems like you feel like the options that you have are not good enough, are not exactly what you're looking for. So the message here, first of all, is to have patience, to not settle for something less than what you deserve. Okay, to wait a little bit, because an opportunity can come to you before the end of the year. um, and what I can see with opportunities coming your way, I feel like when you're expecting one, sometimes you get seven opportunities. So I feel like, in the search of just one perfect thing, I feel like you're going to have seven options. Like, I'm just giving you out a random number. This could be like two options or three options or whatever, but I'm just giving you an example of like, um having like a lot of options. Sometimes you go out looking for one specific thing, but then you find maybe two things or three things that fit the bill, right? So then it becomes difficult for you to choose, right? It's the paradox of choice. You think choices are going to make your life easier, but sometimes having a lot of choices makes your life more difficult, because now you have to really make a pros and cons list. You have to really do your research. You really have to understand what each of these opportunities entails, right? Because sometimes an opportunity is not what it seems like. So, don't believe everything on face value. Take time to make this decision, take time to make this choice. Is a message that's coming through for you guys. Okay, really weigh out your options. Because I feel like, yeah, because you are speaking your own truth, a lot of people will be attracted to you, a lot of opportunities will be attracted to you. But just because you have clear and good intentions doesn't mean everybody does, right? Sometimes people are attracted to your energy because they lack that energy in their own life, and they see you as this light, this bright light that can heal them, or that can save them, or that can fulfill their needs that they can't on their own. And sometimes, yes, it's good to be helpful and generous and caring, but sometimes you also need to make sure that you have solid boundaries, so that your goodness and your kindness and your generosity is not being taken advantage of. You have to make sure that your boundaries are not being disrespected. You have to make sure that you're not being used and abused, right? So yeah, weighing out your options is a bit of advice that's coming through for you. That's something for you to be mindful of. Okay, this is not me trying to scare you or anything. Just take decisions from an informed place. Okay, make informed decisions, do your research, trust your loved ones. Go to them for insights, for intel. Yeah, lean on them for support as well if you need to, for advice if you need to, is what I'm picking up on. Don't impulsively make any decisions. Take your time, is what I'm seeing here. But I also feel like, because you have so many options and opportunities, what you are looking for, like the perfect opportunity for you, is also being presented to you. So, if you're not careful, you might miss that. And the thing is, whatever is meant in your life is never going to miss you. but sometimes, it gets redirected. Sometimes we make wrong decisions, and while the correct choice and that correct opportunity will always be there for us, sometimes, we make wrong decisions, and then we have to learn from our mistakes, and then, come back to the drawing board and realize that the option that we left out was the correct one for us, right? So the idea here is that even though you know that opportunity will always be there, when there is an option in your life to either choose the correct thing or choose, to make a mistake or to go through a long route, sometimes it's okay to just choose the easy thing. Sometimes it's just the best decision to choose the thing that makes sense, that fits the bill, that is exactly what you're looking for. Okay, so a message here is, in search of gold, don't miss out on diamond. Okay, that is a message that's coming up for you guys. Take that how it resonates. Okay, like, don't feel like you have to struggle in order to succeed. Don't feel like you have to choose the hard decision in order to validate your success. Okay, sometimes the easy simple option which brings you success and happiness is the right choice for you to take. Okay, so that is the message that's coming through for you. Let's also get some extra advice for you. So we have the sun card here. Paint the sun back into your sky. So yeah, you are the pilot of your own life. You are co-creating with the universe, but at the same time you are the universe, right? So you can take action, you can decide what your life looks like. You are the narrator of your story, and if you choose to be the villain, you can be in your villain era. If you choose to be the hero, you're in your hero era, right? If you choose to be the main character, then you can be in your main character era, right? So just the option, when you can choose to be the main character, why do you want to be the side chick? When you can be the main character, why would you want to be the villain? And it's fun, don't get me wrong, it's fun to be the villain every now and then, but when you can choose simplicity, happiness, light, love, then why choose to make your life more complicated? Why choose difficulty, right? So yeah, choose happiness, choose joy, choose the things that make you happy, that are easy for you to do, that are comfortable for you to do. Because yes, I know growth lies beyond your comfort zone, but sometimes it's absolutely normal, and it is necessary to do things that are within your comfort zone as well, that bring you joy as well. Okay, because only when you are fulfilled in that way will you have the motivation and the energy to even want to step out of your comfort zone, right? If you're constantly struggling, why would you want to struggle some more, right? So yeah, the idea here is to just, be kind to yourself, be good to yourself, make good choices. And if those choices are easy and comfortable, that's not a bad thing. That's not horrible. It doesn't make you a bad person. Okay, you don't have to feel bad about the privilege that you get to enjoy in this moment. Okay, you can acknowledge it, you can appreciate it, and you can enjoy it for sure. Okay, it doesn't make you a bad person to have privilege. Yes, there are people out in the world who don't have the same things that you do. Yes, there are people out there who are struggling to, even have half the life that you live, but um you can only help to a certain degree, right? And you cannot throw away the goodness that comes in your life just because other people don't have it, right? Like, there are people out in the world who uh like say for example probably can't see, but just because you have sight doesn't mean you're going to go and, like, hurt yourself to a point where you can't see either, right? Like, so it's that kind of a situation where you can help, in the sense that maybe you can be register yourself as an organ donor and make sure that when you do leave this material world, maybe your eyesight can be donated to someone and you can help someone else see. But while you're here, you can enjoy your own eyesight, right? Very morbid example, I know, but I hope you get what I'm trying to say, group number 3. So yeah, just enjoy your life. Not everything has to be morbid, not everything has to be that serious. So yeah, you can just have fun, enjoy yourself, and live a good life, and live it unapologetically. Okay, group number 1. So that is the message that I have for you guys. This good happy message in the comments below, this good happy energy in the comments below. Give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to my channel for more readings from me, and I will see you all in my next one. Bye guys.